Welcome to Campaholics.
I'm Christy.
I'm Mandy.
And I'd rather be camping.
Welcome back, campers.
Hello.
We're so glad you joined us again for our next meeting. I hope you guys are following your addiction of camping.
Yeah.
And somebody here to talk a little on that is our guest camper, Karrie.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you joined.
Was it a long drive this morning, Karrie?
Oh my gosh, it was relentless.
It was like a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah. I'm like looking at my clock thinking, oh, I got 3 minutes left. I could probably make it in 3.
Well, I know it was a little bit last minute getting you scheduled in the books, but
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
We had to wait for the opportune time. This is it.
Yeah.
This is your moment to shine on camping.
I better not screw it up.
Oh.
So, Karrie, how long have you been a camper?
All my life. Ever since I can remember. I think the first trip I can remember was with the family, and my Aunt Mary came. I don't even think she was married. She might have been married, but
Really? That long ago?
we were little. She might have been married and had like Bonnie, and Bonnie was just a baby.
Yeah. I remember them camping in their pop-up trailer,
Yeah.
and it was hailing.
Oh.
Like, that was my first memory of, like, the biggest hailstorm we had camped in.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Karrie and I are sisters, so
Yeah.
we might have some of the same memories.
We grew up together.
Probably have most of the same memories.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I probably won't have anything new to say. You
Well-
probably stole it all.
What about your first camping when you were on your own? Like, what made you want to keep camping as you started your own life away from the family
Ooh.
and started your own family?
I do remember camping with Michael and a group of church people on the rim, like when you get up to Woods Canyon
Uh-huh.
and you go left and there's the rim on the left side. I remember camping right on the ledge, and it was super windy,
Oh my gosh.
and we found a snake, and that was crazy, but it was fun.
Oh, but it was.
So that was probably like your college years.
That was my college years.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then when Chris and I got married, we were talking about this the other day. He doesn't think so, but I'm pretty sure we went camping for one night on our honeymoon. We stayed in a hotel 2 nights, and then we camped one night, and then we drove to Disneyland.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's like similar to what we did. We went to Yellowstone, we camped, then we stayed in a cabin, then we camped.
Yeah.
But before we even had like camping supplies, when Brian and I were first married, we had borrowed the Suburban and we slept in the back of it when you get up on the rim and before Woods Canyon Lake and there's that little visitor center on the right.
Yeah.
It was in the winter when it was closed and we just parked in the parking lot and we camped in the Suburban.
Perfect.
I know. I was pregnant with Hannah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that was interesting.
The sled.
Yeah, the hearse.
The hearse.
Our family Suburban actually used to be a hearse. So I don't know. But anyway, it's been through many things. But anyway, so camping. I'm so glad that we have you on today because I feel like your camping walk of life has been so different throughout your life.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for you, but
That's okay.
just going from like tent camping to
Yeah.
a pop-up to
Yeah.
now a trailer or back to tent camping and then to a trailer. So tell us a little bit about your camp journey.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so camping, obviously, when we were little, was only tent camping. I think Dad took the truck, and
Yeah.
maybe we slept in the back of
camper
that
shell.
truck,
Yeah.
like once or twice, and then it was tent camping, like until like
Forever.
18.
Yeah.
And I remember my 18th birthday, I got a sleeping bag. I was so excited.
It wasn't a hand-me-down.
No, it wasn't that light blue hand-me-down sleeping bag that was all ripping and
Wait. Do you still have that sleeping bag case though that Mom sewed
yeah.
our little names on?
oh yeah.
Oh
I
my
love that
gosh.
thing.
Uh-huh.
And we each had our own little colored duffel bag
Right? Yeah.
or
a
suitcase.
suitcase. I still have a suitcase too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, so tent camping though is so different from trailer camping.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like I put in my years of tent camping, and then
You did your due diligence.
I did. I mean, we had 2 tents when we would go, maybe even 3 when we were little, because we had the
wash tent.
wash tent. Yep.
The wipey wash
Where
tent.
you'd stand in the tub and mom would pour water over you and hope it would end up back in the tub. Or wipey baths. Yeah.
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 That's funny.
And then yeah, I did a little bit of tent camping after that on my own. And then when we got married, we bought this little Rockwood pop-up that had 2 slide-out beds. It was so tiny and so light, but it was really cool though. I mean, it opened up and it felt really big inside. And I remember camping with, I think Clara was just a baby, and we didn't set the table up. Instead, we had a playpen inside that little.
Oh, that's kind of perfect though.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Like and then you crank it. Like you have to
Just keep on cranking.
crank that thing up until it stops, but then you have to go back down a little bit. And then you pull the door. The door is like hooked to the ceiling, and then you pull the door down, and then you have to like just
shimmy it in.
get it in there just right. And then if you don't get it in there right, then the door won't
Oh
open.
my gosh.
And then I don't know why it had a lock on it, because you literally could like unpeel the Velcro on the side.
Me in.
You could unpeel the Velcro and reach your hand in and open it from that.
It's like the appearance of safety.
Right.
The illusion of safety.
I mean, it should have been called a Lockwood, not a Rockwood.
Right. But that thing was so small. When you open the door, you could just hit it with your knee. Like you hit the little handle with your knee, and the door would fly
Boom,
open.
let me in.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny was little, and your kids were all little when we had that thing.
That's
We
funny.
probably camped in that thing for like, I don't know, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, most of our trailers have come from our relatives.
Hand-me-downs again.
Yeah. Well, no, our Chris's aunt and uncle sold us that little Rockwood, and then after that we got
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your hybrid.
we got our hybrid after that.
Yes.
I loved that trailer. That one was good. It was set up really nice.
Yeah.
It was really spacious. It had a lot of cupboard space. The fridge was large.
So for those of you that are looking at trailers or still trying to figure out what a hybrid is, it's basically a boxed, like a hard travel trailer, but then the beds pop out like the tent trailers. So you have your bed pop out, but the base of it is all enclosed, and you can still keep stuff, and you don't have to pull your door down and kick it with your knee and all that. It's a little more intact.
Yeah, we upgraded with that.
And so now what are you camping in today?
So now we have Chris's parents' trailer, and it's great. I love it. It's super big. It has a slide out, so the couch is on a slide.
Nice.
So when you open that up, it feels really big.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in your trailer. I like how wide it feels and open and doesn't feel like you're tripping over everybody.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things is that it has the walk around queen.
That's nice.
Pretty nice.
That is.
I can remember when we had our little pop out, and I always was the one that had to climb over Brian to get to the bathroom, and I was like, that's where I'm like, yeah, I
So
put
you
in my
accidentally
time.
dropped a knee somewhere it shouldn't go.
It wasn't on the door.
Well, for the longest time, we would sleep sideways like that, and one of us would have to crawl over the
Yes.
other. And then we realized, wait a second, we could lay the other way with our heads on the edge and our feet
Mind
down here.
blown.
I know.
That's funny. Like, who cares if your feet dangle off the end? I mean, no big deal.
Especially when it's cold, you're all cuddled up in a ball
Yeah.
anyways.
That's true.
But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like having a travel trailer, like, I know for me, I feel like I can camp longer. Just having a few more amenities than I do with a tent or whatever. So, yeah.
Right. It's nice having clean water
And a fridge.
and a fridge
Yeah.
and an actual bed off the ground.
I mean, I think Tommy loves it. Every time I go into your trailer,
Oh my gosh.
Tommy's Carrie's little dog, and he just is on the couch enjoying life.
He's the
and-
cutest.
Yeah. He's so spoiled now, though. Since the older two are out and it's just Clara, he gets all the attention. It's so bad.
That's so funny.
But he's a trooper, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite things you like, or what's some of your favorite things about camping? Like, is it the campfire? Is it the games? Is it
I just like being away from the house, I think.
Yeah.
Away from the house. I do feel like I have like this other little house, though, that is on wheels that I can go and stay at. And it feels just so, it's comfortable.
Yeah, it's your home away from home.
It is. It's my home away from home. And
Home is where you park.
and it's small enough that I don't feel like I have to clean every day or, do laundry.
Right? Because you can't, because there's no washer or
Right.
dryer.
Darn.
It's just so relaxing, I just like not having those responsibilities, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I like being in the forest, though.
yeah.
There's something about that fresh air, smelling that fresh air.
Definitely.
And the cool, crisp morning when you wake up and you step outside. Oh, man.
And the fire at night.
Fire at night. Just making memories, too, with your kids. Like I was talking to Elizabeth the other day. I told her I was coming on here, and she's like, we were kind of reminiscing, and she's like, yeah, remember when we used to call the hot dogs and the marshmallows that got burnt? Those were called diseased marshmallows.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you like? How do
Oh
you
my
remember
goodness, that's so funny.
Everybody
Can I
has
have a diseased hot dog tonight for dinner. It's kind of like when you get a piece of fruit and it's got that speckled stuff on it. I always say like it's got a disease or
Yeah,
something.
like,
It's recovering.
It's
from-
recovering.
Oh.
Well, and I know that you guys play a lot of games. So what is your favorite game while you're out camping, Karrie?
My favorite game. Wow, there's so many. I don't know. Like, are we talking board game or
Any game.
Any
like
game?
sport game? Gosh, I don't know. I'm really into like biking right now, so biking is a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
if I'm sitting down playing a game, probably cards.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
playing cards.
I
Yeah.
do too.
It's just easy, and
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of mental
Yeah.
thinking required.
It
You're
is.
just
Right.
sitting there
You
looking
just
at your
shuffle,
cards.
deal, discard.
This will work.
Snack
this
on
won't work.
on some chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can lose, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you're like,
know?
man,
Yeah, we'll
whatever.
play again.
Play again. Yeah.
Play another round.
That's funny.
As long as you don't bet.
As long as
If you're not gonna
Yeah.
bet, then it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. Let me see your card you drew earlier.
Oh, okay.
So I had Karrie draw and she drew a 7. So I'll pick that goodie out a little bit later.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh. Surprise, surprise.
What's the goodie? I want to know what this goodie is.
So do you prefer camping at like dispersed camping, kind of random in the middle of the forest, or a campground?
I think I prefer this dispersed.
Yeah.
One, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah,
it's free.
exactly.
And you can go
True.
wherever. You can go
True.
as far as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then if there's people out there, just keep going.
Keep going.
Just
yeah.
keep
That's
going.
what I like about it too. That's what I like about it.
I mean, it's nice to know that you have a spot that you're gonna, like, if you purchase a spot, but you don't have to think about where you're gonna go.
Yeah. And now having a trailer, you have when you're at a campground, especially if you're going to stay for a while, it's nice to just not worry about having to refill water or, make sure you have your heat and things
Yeah.
like that. So
We haven't quite figured that out with our new one yet. When we're gonna run out of water, or it's kind of like that game. Like,
that's a game to play. Camping. When will we run out of water?
how much propane do I have left?
Maybe
Oh,
that's how
yeah.
we should plan our trips. Like, well, we'll camp until the propane runs out.
Yeah.
It's like Russian
Just don't.
roulette.
Yeah, just don't do it in the wintertime when it's really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like I just did
Yeah.
and ran out of propane at like 2:00 in the morning.
And when you guys did, and then you cut a wire, and then you were like,
Oh yeah, our last trip. Yeah, we woke up to this beeping noise and we could not get it to turn off. It wasn't a battery thing. It was like a low battery indicator, and so it just kept going. And it's like, well, we can't charge the battery, so we can't make
Yeah.
the beeping turn off. So I'm watching Chris, and he pulls out these wire cutters.
It's like diffusing a bomb.
Took the thing out of the wall and snipped some
just
wires.
saving the world
Oh my god,
out of the wall.
that's pretty.
But I got to go back to sleep.
That's the important thing.
Right? We all slept well. Actually, it took me a while to go back to sleep because then I was thinking, well, but the heater's still on and this is still on. Is it going to fill up with, is the trailer going to fill up with propane and
Right,
blow
then
up?
you start panicking about all the other things.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a worry wart.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That is funny.
God.
But we survived.
You
Well,
survived.
so to kind of change the topic, you, I assume, then also go hiking quite a bit, Karrie, right?
Yeah, I love hiking.
So when you're hiking on a trail and you're coming across somebody, like say you're going in the trail and they're coming out of the trail, right?
Yeah.
Who is supposed to step to the side and let the other person pass?
Well, it's easy if you're on a hill. If you're if you're going uphill, the other person if you are the one going uphill, the other person should step aside and let you go because you have the harder route.
Right.
And then vice versa. If you're going downhill, you step aside. But if it's
A straight path.
a straight path,
I have
if,
my theory on this.
if they have kids, like little kids, I'll probably just let them
Sure.
go because the kids are going to be running ahead anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends, you know?
Yeah. And then there's always that awkward moment when you make eye contact and you're like
Yeah.
playing chicken.
Yeah.
Who's
I know.
going to step aside?
Last minute.
I feel like if they're on the path already and you see them, then I should be the one to step aside. But if I didn't see them and then they came onto my path,
Yeah.
they need to step aside.
Yeah.
How do you feel about music on the trail? Like if someone has like a speaker and
No.
they're playing, no.
No, that's so annoying. I don't like that. It's like I don't want to listen to your tunes
No, it's
while
true.
I'm hiking.
If you're passing someone, I feel like that's fine. Take your tunes with you. But if you're following someone for a while,
Yeah, you probably would want to sit down and wait.
yeah.
Pretend to tie your shoe for like 10 minutes.
Okay, if you have a dog though, if you're
Yes.
walking a dog, you should step aside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the tunes. That's
agree.
that's annoying. But it's also annoying when somebody has headphones on and they're listening to their tunes and they cannot hear you
Right.
because it's like, hello, here I am. I want to go by you.
I know. Like I'm not
Hello.
trying to like scare the shit out of somebody. Get karate chopped in the neck.
Okay, Karrie drew a 7 of spades. So that's going to take us to a specific question that I'm going to ask you.
Can I refuse to answer?
You can get. I guess you can do one pass.
Yeah, you
I get one pass. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
We'll allow it.
Put that in my pocket and save it just in case.
What futuristic invention do you wish existed right now? And it doesn't have to be camping related, but everything's really camping
I
related.
mean,
Yeah. A futuristic. Oh my gosh. Well, there's so many that you could come up with so many. If I could just like if I could have somebody else load my trailer like
A maid.
okay. Yeah, if I could just snap my finger and it'd be all
like a robot would just come out of
Yeah.
your trailer and like
Yeah.
start loading stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I don't know if I could just snap my finger and be there,
Also
Ooh.
cool.
like in the woods, like
time
time
warp.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my trailer.
Yeah, I would, because sometimes I enjoy drives, but then like on the way home, I just want to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I really don't know that that's actually ever going to happen.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know that that's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to just like keep everything in its like in the tent, right? And then you just close it down, and then and then you open up the tent, and
Right.
everything's still there.
It's like a pop-up,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Don't they have that on Harry Potter?
Yeah, kind of.
Or Mary Poppins bag. And then
Probably. Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
amazing. Or you could like shrink your trailer down and carry it with you, and then you.
In a suitcase, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Honey, I Shrunk the Trailer.
That'd be great.
then- it's on my keychain.
Think about all the money you'd save on storage.
That would be awesome.
You could wash it really quick.
Yes. And you could fly somewhere and then have your trailer with
Yes. Okay.
you. Now we're talking.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That'd be
Well,
pretty cool.
I always kind of, you know how like a lot of people retire and then they drive around the country in their RVs, right? And they're like
Yeah.
doing the thing. Well, then I thought like, why don't you just like get a nice houseboat and like sail around, right? But now I'm thinking bigger, and we put the RV on the boat, and then you sail somewhere, and then you take the RV, and then you drive around.
Exactly.
That would be cool because then you could camp right on the beach
Oh my
wherever you
gosh.
want.
Yeah,
Except I don't really like being in a boat.
Of course.
I think I would like this.
Seasick.
Yeah, one time we went on the submarine that was docked in San Diego, and I got sick.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I was like, I'm getting nauseous.
what was the Disneyland ride you got sick on?
Pirates of the Caribbean?
That's what I
You got sick on that ride?
I get sick on every
Me
ride.
I get sick on every ride.
I have like childhood trauma from when we went, and I was really little, and I had to ride with Dad on Space Mountain, and the bar only went so far tight, and of course it stopped at my dad, and I'm like half the size of him.
You're going to fly out of this
I
thing?
can remember my whole body coming up and Dad whipping his arm across me to hold me
Oh
down.
my gosh.
And that's the same ride that I almost didn't go on because right when Mom and I were in line, that lady got off and threw up, and she was like,
I
"No."
remember that.
But I was like, Dad's like, "You'll be fine, you'll be fine." I'm like, "Okay." And then now I'm like, I almost just died on this ride.
Oh my god! And that one's dark, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't see anything.
Worst ride
I've
ever.
never even been on it. Every time I tried to go, it was broken.
Well, you don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! One time I went with Elizabeth and her friend, and they rode that ride like probably
I
a
didn't-
dozen times.
I didn't go on Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, the Matterhorn, like all those like basic. No, they were
Really?
always like
Oh,
broken or under construction, or I didn't. Yeah, I never get to ride on any of those.
No.
And I've been there like 4 times.
You know what's cool too? I was looking up Disney World because I thought if we did a road trip out that way, they have like a campground at Disney World, and it's like
Shut
grizzly
the
bear.
front door.
Yes, it's like themed and everything.
Let's go.
I know. I was like,
Oh,
if
that's
we're taking
cool.
our trailer, we're doing the Disney
Yeah.
campground.
What a fun family trip. We should all go.
That would be fun.
Let's put that in our book.
We should.
What if there was a ride where you take your truck and your trailer and you
Oh.
drive through like your vehicle is the ride?
That's probably a liability.
Yeah. Think of all the people out there,
Unfortunately.
Carrie. But I see where you're going.
But what if they had a ride that was like you were in a trailer and then they took you on
Okay.
a ride? Like they could totally theme that.
Right. They do spaceships.
Yeah.
And Sasquatches out there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and logs. I mean, you
Yeah.
could literally sit in
Log
a
ride.
log.
They
Yeah.
have the log rides.
Can't you sit in a trailer?
See?
Yeah, we got to check out this campground because that would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 2025
Yeah.
next Thanksgiving 2025.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Disney.
Whoa, boom.
Disney. Here we
Okay.
come.
Let's keep this on the DL.
We just plan it and book it, and then everyone just all of
Book
us.
your own.
yeah.
Yeah.
Book your own.
Maybe
Come
we
at
could
your
get a
own
special
risk.
rate if we book out the whole campground.
Probably.
The whole campground.
Let's
Mm.
go.
I'm going to write Mickey a letter this week.
Okay. All right, Minnie.
Yeah, I'll just watch you guys.
Yeah, I
It's a waste of time.
Oh, man. So do you remember any like scary or funny camp stories with you or the kids or growing up that you want to share? I thought there was a story where John almost
Chopped off his finger.
Yeah.
Ah.
And there was like
What?
blood and
Yeah. That he passed out.
I'm gonna pass out. Like, what happened?
He just sliced his finger.
just
Off.
sliced it.
No, it was fine.
With what?
I don't.
There was like a pocket knife. They were cutting
pocket knife.
something. Yeah.
Well, there was one time when I was little and I was standing next to Michael.
Our brother.
Yeah, and he had a hatchet and he was like trying to chop this really tiny piece of wood. I was like just standing there staring at him, and I remember looking, and there was like he started to bleed, his finger was bleeding, and I was like, Michael, and he didn't even know he did it.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my god. I walked away. I don't know. Man.
You're
I
gonna
was
need
like,
stitches.
I'm done. I'm out.
go.
Oh man.
All right. Well, so Carrie, you've been camping for a long time. Obviously, you've learned a lot. What advice would you give to people who want to start camping, or people who have been camping could maybe do things better?
Start camp. If you want to start
Camp the Karrie
camping-
way.
Yeah. Well, if you want to start camping and you don't have anything, I mean, obviously buy a good tent. Buy a good tent and a tarp. And just go.
Just go.
Just go. And then
Just
because
go.
you're going to forget stuff anyways.
Yeah,
And so when you
always.
go, then you're going to realize what you need.
Yeah.
And people are going to tell you like, oh, you need this. Oh, you need that. And then you'll be like, oh, I really don't need this. I really don't need that. Like we bought this one like pop-up grill thing. And I knew that Chris was like, oh, we shouldn't buy this. But he let me buy it. And we bought it. And I think we used it like once or twice.
You're like, we didn't
and
need
then we sold it because it was not.
Yeah.
We usually cook inside now. And so we just didn't need it.
Yeah.
So
That's why I like when you're starting out, camp with a couple people, borrow what they have, and then figure out what you really need to get.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say get a good ice chest though. Get an ice chest that it's going to keep your stuff cold.
Yeah, I will say, as a tent camper, that's probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then get a
Absolutely.
nice sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's going to keep you warm.
Ask for one for your 18th birthday.
Right. You don't have one yet.
So get your
Great
mom to
gift.
hand stitch your name on that bitch.
Yeah, it's mine. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, and go with people that you like.
Oh, that is huge, Karrie.
Don't go with people you don't
or
like.
just go with people and then you'll figure out if you like them.
And then some people just get left
This
behind.
is true. This is true, yes. This is true.
Awesome. Well, Karrie, thanks for joining us. As always, if you guys have anything to share, we want to hear from you. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Email us at I'd rather be camping with a K @gmail.com. And we'll see you at the next meeting.
Bye.